My name's Denise, and my mother is a member at Definition Church. My great-grandparents were heavily into the church, so I remember visiting with them. Went to Vacation Bible School with a girlfriend that lived on my street, and I accepted Jesus at that point, but I didn't really know what it meant. I was young. So I would sporadically visit churches with friends, even up into high school I would go. I don't know, it was boring. I just was there because that friend's parents went to church, or I just never was dedicated, I guess was the thing. On the inside, I was dying. I was dying. Probably the week after we separated, I went into an ankle boot. I had to quit running. I was a runner. But with the separation, the divorce, I started my aesthetics career. COVID came, 2020.
All but a handful of states have issued stay-at-home orders in an effort to keep people safe during this pandemic.
I have today declared that the coronavirus presents a public health emergency in the United States.
6 weeks, our spa shut down. It was the most difficult surgery. I've had several surgeries over the years, but this one, it was difficult. I went back to work in August, found out that I had to have shoulder surgery, so I worked for 3 months and then went out in November for shoulder surgery. So I just went back to work about a month ago. The worst part was that I absolutely love what I do. I love giving facials. I love making people feel good. I love what I do. So to be out for 6 months from something that just gives me pure joy every single time I'm there that was difficult. I had no idea it was a devotional. So I got up the next morning and I read it. And I think it took me, I want to say 4 or 5 days to figure out that it was a God book. I was like, I rolled my eyes. I'm like, really, but I kept doing it. I just kept, I got up the next morning and I read it, and I got up the next morning and I read it, and it's a journal and it's a whole thing. A few days into the devotional, I went for a walk around the neighborhood. Although I was surrounded by people that loved me, my mother, my boyfriend, I was so lonely. That hole was still there that I just could not fill with anything else. So I took a walk and I'm listening to whatever music, and God spoke to me, and he said, "You're never alone." And it was so loud, I stopped in the spot and looked around because I thought somebody had come up beside me. I could hear it loud and clear. And it was like everything, all of those feelings, all of that depression and sadness and that, everything fell away. The surgery, the hardship, all of that, it just fell away. And I came back home and I wrote it all down. I wrote it all down because I never want to forget. I decided to get baptized. I had been watching online. In that message, he said, "We are God's possession." And I thought, I belong to him. It's time for everybody to know. I'm a different person than I've ever been. And it's all because of God. I had gotten to the point where I just really didn't trust or like people very much. That's really changed. Man, do I love people. I just want to help people, and my heart is just so full, and I just want to give it all out. I have no idea how he got me back up out of that water. I don't remember coming back up. I remember the water coming off of my body as I was coming back up. I felt so clean. I don't think I've ever been that happy. I'm here to do whatever God wants me to do. I don't know what that is, but I think this might be part of it. If you're going through a hard time, this is what I've learned. Never give up. Always look to him. Give it all to him. Even on the days where you don't feel like it. trust that He's there and He's faithful and He'll be here with you. You just have to ask.